Rasheeda is at the center of a storm, and the fallout from Karlie Red's shocking leak of Kirk's old sex tapes has turned her world upside down. The tension was palpable the moment the news broke. Social media exploded with reactions, some supporting Rasheeda, others reveling in the drama, and a few cruelly mocking her pain. It felt like a tidal wave crashing down, and she was struggling to keep her head above water. Rasheeda sat on the edge of her bed, her phone buzzing incessantly with notifications. Each ping was a reminder of the chaos unfolding outside her door. Tears streamed down her face as she fought to process the betrayal. It wasn't just about the tapes, it was about the violation of trust. The exposure of intimate moments that should have remained private. The world was watching her heartbreak unfold, and it felt like an unbearable weight on her shoulders. "What kind of friend does this?" she cried out, her voice thick with emotion. It wasn't just a rhetorical question, it was a cry for understanding. Friends and family had rushed to her side, trying to console her, but the pain was so deep that it felt almost insurmountable. In the middle of it all, Rasheeda couldn't help but replay the countless memories of her life with Kirk. The laughter, the shared dreams, the love that had once felt unbreakable. Now, those memories felt tainted by betrayal and public shame. Her mind raced as she scrolled through the endless comments online. Some people were sympathetic, while others reveled in her misfortune, speculating about the state of her marriage. "They'll never understand what I've been through," she whispered, feeling the sting of their judgment. The exposure of those tapes felt like a public execution of their relationship, a complete unraveling of everything they had built together. Rasheeda was overwhelmed by a torrent of emotions. Anger, sadness, confusion. The moment felt surreal, as if she were watching her life play out on a reality show, complete with cameras and an audience eagerly waiting for the next twist. The tears flowed as she reflected on how hard she had fought for Kirk, standing by him through thick and thin, defending him against critics and rumors. "I fought for you," she exclaimed, her voice breaking with the weight of it all. How could he have let this happen? The violation stung more than she anticipated. The tapes weren't just clips from the past. They were a painful reminder of a time when they shared their most intimate moments. Now, those moments were fodder for gossip and ridicule, stripping away her dignity and sense of security. It felt like a betrayal, not just from Kirk, but from Karlie, someone she had considered a friend. As Rasheeda sat there, the tears flowed freely, mingling with her anger and heartbreak. She felt trapped in a cycle of loyalty and betrayal, her emotions in constant conflict. The love she had for Kirk fought against her need to protect herself from further humiliation. "I can't believe this is happening," she muttered, feeling the walls close in around her. Friends surrounded her, offering comfort and advice. "You're stronger than this," they urged, trying to lift her spirits, but those words barely penetrated her despair. Rasheeda felt lost, questioning everything. Was this the final straw? Could she truly forgive Kirk after this? The doubts gnawed at her, making it hard to breathe. She envisioned a future without him, and that thought was terrifying. In the depths of her vulnerability, Rasheeda faced the camera, raw and unfiltered. "I deserve better," she declared, her voice trembling yet resolute. It was a moment of clarity amid the chaos, a realization that while her heart was breaking, she still had power. She refused to let this scandal define her. The journey ahead would be hers to navigate, and she would not be a victim of circumstance. As she began to process her emotions, Rasheeda realized that this could be a turning point. This scandal, while painful, might also serve as a catalyst for her personal growth. It was time to reclaim her narrative. The world had watched her in her moments of vulnerability, but she was ready to rise from the ashes. Whether with Kirk or standing strong on her own, she would emerge more formidable than ever. Days turned into a whirlwind of emotions, but Rasheeda found strength in her support system. Friends rallied around her, reminding her of her worth. She started to envision a future beyond the pain. "I'll turn this into something powerful," she resolved, determination lighting a fire within her. The scandal may have rocked her world, but it would not define her. With each passing day, Rasheeda began to rebuild her life, finding new opportunities and rediscovering her passions. The journey was fraught with challenges, but she was ready to face them head on. The emotional turmoil had taught her valuable lessons about love, trust, and self-respect. No longer would she be merely a pawn in someone else's game. She was the queen of her own story, ready to take control of her destiny. Rasheeda paced the living room, her heart racing as the weight of the rumors pressed down on her. She could hardly believe what she'd heard just yesterday. Whispers of a shocking betrayal that felt like a knife to her heart. The very thought of it was unbearable. Kirk, her husband, entangled in an affair that hit closer to home than she could ever have imagined. Taking a deep breath, she summoned the courage to confront him. "Kirk," she began, her voice trembling slightly, "I need the truth. I've been hearing things about you and my mom." Kirk's face turned pale, and for a moment he appeared genuinely confused. "What are you talking about, Rasheeda? You know I'd never—" "Don't lie to me," she interjected, her anger bubbling over. "You can't keep denying this. I have proof. How could you do this to me? To us?" Kirk's stammering made it clear he was unprepared for the confrontation. "It's not what you think. Your mom and I, not what I think," she shot back, incredulous. "You were supposed to be my partner, my confidant. Instead, you're sneaking around with my own mother. How could you betray me like this?" The tension in the room crackled, thick with the heaviness of shattered trust. Rasheeda crossed her arms, her gaze fixed on him, waiting for him to explain himself. But the words seemed to get stuck in his throat, his eyes darting around the room as if searching for an escape. "Look, I made a mistake," he finally managed to say, his tone shifting from defensive to pleading. "It didn't mean anything." "Didn't mean anything?" she exclaimed, incredulous. "Do you really think that makes it better? This isn't just some fling. It's my mother. This isn't just a betrayal of our marriage. It's a betrayal of family." Kirk stepped closer, desperation etching itself into his features. "Rasheeda, please! I can fix this. We can fix this. Just give me a chance to explain." "Explain? What is there to explain?" Rasheeda's voice trembled, not from fear, but from the raw pain coursing through her. "You chose her over me. You crossed a line that can never be uncrossed." The silence that followed felt suffocating. Rasheeda fought against the tears that threatened to spill over. She wouldn't let him see her break. She was stronger than that. Her mind raced as she recalled the love they once shared, now tarnished by his betrayal. "Your actions have consequences, Kirk," she said firmly, her voice steady despite the storm inside her. "I deserve better than this. I deserve loyalty, respect, especially from my own husband. You've shattered my trust in a way I didn't think was possible." Kirk's eyes filled with regret as he struggled to find the right words. "I never wanted to hurt you. It just happened. I was weak and I didn't think." "That's your excuse?" Rasheeda scoffed, bitterness coating her words. "You're a grown man. You should have known better. This is not just a mistake. It's a choice. You chose to betray me in the worst way." She turned away from him, needing space to breathe, to process the chaos swirling in her heart. "I can't even look at you right now," she whispered, her voice breaking. "You've crossed a line that can never be uncrossed." As she reached for the door, Kirk's hand shot out, gripping her wrist. "Rasheeda, please don't walk away. I love you." His words hung in the air, but Rasheeda felt an avalanche of emotions crashing down on her. Love didn't betray. Love didn't tear families apart. "Love," she repeated incredulously, "what you did is the antithesis of love. How can I ever trust you again?" With tears stinging her eyes, she pulled her arm free, heart heavy with hurt, but resolute in her decision. "I need time to think. You've shattered everything we built together, and I don't know if I can ever look at you the same way again." As she stepped out into the night, the cool air hit her like a wave, grounding her amidst the turmoil. She felt both lost and liberated, the weight of Kirk's betrayal heavy on her heart. Behind her, Kirk stood alone, grappling with the wreckage of his choices, realizing that he might have just lost the love of his life forever. Stormy 25-year roller coaster of a relationship, it looks like love and hip-hop Atlanta star Rasheeda has finally reached her breaking point and is ready to divorce her husband, Kirk Frost. Rumor has it that Rasheeda, who has long put up with Kirk's endless parade of unfaithfulness, is completely over his cheating and deceit that have been a constant thorn in their marriage. Kirk has made headlines more than once for his shady behavior, with one of the most infamous moments being his on-screen betrayal during a getaway on Love and Hip Hop. This scene became legendary for its drama and Kirk's blatant dishonesty about paternity when Rasheeda was pregnant in season 2. This was a major drama bomb that shook their relationship to the core. By season 3, Kirk took a DNA test to prove paternity, a move that only made things worse and left Rasheeda reeling. Their turbulent marriage also sparked dramatic clashes with Rasheeda's mother, Shirlene, who famously ran over Kirk's motorbike in a fiery confrontation. Despite their years of very public highs and lows, Rasheeda seems ready to take back control control of her life and move on from a marriage that's been nothing short of a dramatic soap opera. If the divorce rumors turn out to be true, it would be a monumental shift for Rasheeda, a longtime cast member known for juggling her career, family, and her chaotic relationship with Kirk. Rasheeda's journey has been one for the books, and many are rallying behind her decision to finally cut ties with Kirk Frost after years of betrayal. It looks like Rasheeda is done playing second fiddle to Kirk's cheating and deception, choosing to put her peace and happiness first as she steps away from the tumultuous union. Kirk shook his head vehemently. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was as though she vanished with the money. I was left scrambling to figure out what happened, and now I'm caught in a web of accusations. People are saying I'm hiding assets, but the reality is that I'm the one who's been wronged. Jessica's expression softened with empathy. What steps are you taking to address these allegations and recover your assets? Kirk's demeanor shifted to one of steely determination. I've already initiated legal proceedings. It's going to be a tough fight, but I'm committed to reclaiming what's mine. This isn't just about the money. This is about clearing my name and exposing the truth. I want people to know that I'm not just sitting idly by, I'm taking action. Jessica leaned back, processing the weight of Kirk's words. With such a high-profile case, there's bound to be a lot of public scrutiny. How are you coping with the pressure and the impact on your reputation? Kirk took a deep breath, his eyes reflecting a mixture of resolve and weariness. The public scrutiny is intense and the stress is overwhelming, but I have to stay focused. I have to remind myself that this is about more than just my reputation. It's about justice and ensuring that the truth comes to light. Jessica gave a nod of understanding. And what message do you want to convey to your supporters during this tumultuous time? Kirk's voice softened, but it was clear and resolute. I'm deeply grateful for the support I've received.